a solid defensive team, but their lackluster offense has held them back. What do they need to improve there, Kenny?
I think they just need some more outside shooting. Spread the floor, give their guys some driving lanes. You got a true center in Andre Drummond, so he needs some space because he's a space eater.
And, you know, their best player is more of a defensive player. You know, they need a few more shot creators as well.
That'll do it. Both teams ready for tip. Kevin Harlan has the call.
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup, and today's game is the Knicks come into town for this one. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. Welcome, everyone, to the broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge on our sideline. Last time these two teams met, it was the New York Knicks picking up the loss in that outing against the Detroit Pistons. So they win one, lose one. Things have been pretty evenly matched so far. One of these teams has to step up.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And that's what can happen on the road. You have to be aggressive and try to disrupt them out of their normal routine.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline.
Well, guys, Stan Van Gundy has coached the likes of Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwight Howard. But he said, as a rebounder, Andre Drummond is as good as anybody, if not the best that I've ever been around. He just goes out and gets the ball. Drummond said it's just a will.
Thanks, D.A. And Drummond is just a hulk of a man. He's really the backbone of this team. And both of these teams very strong, Chris, on the glass. Very good rebounding team.
I'll tell the referees to get ready tonight to break up some melees. It's going to be physical inside. This is what we love. Not dirty, just physical play, old school basketball.
And it's the Pistons to start out. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Porzingis and Hernangomez are together down low. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and there's the general, and it's Estrada in at the point guard. Here's Morrison, feeds it to Drummond. And yes, it's good.
Sometimes all you have to do is dump the ball down to Drummond and get out of the way. He'll take care of the rest, utilizing his massive frame so well.
And the pass to the general. Some nice passing by New York here. Passes it to Estrada. Here's the general, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop.
He is such a great dunk.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Mr. Porzingis from 18 feet away. Here's Hernan Gomez, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just effort plays.
Drummond a screen. Hill dishes to Drummond. It's back to Hill. Lock at 6. Bradley, no one around him. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Here's the general. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Drummond sets the screen for Hill. Kicks it to Drummond. Over Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's the general. Unable to get that one. Good D by Drummond. Here's Morrison. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Porzingis kicks to Hernan Gomez. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Knicks.
And you can see how big a role the 3-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
Now, here is Hill. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. It's going to be Drummond shooting. It's going to go on Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
Look, I still can't believe how athletically gifted this kid Drummond is at the center position. It's not just his size. It's his speed, it's his quickness, and jumping ability.
Free throw good, Drummond. Now with Drummond, you usually don't see someone who has as much muscle mass as he does and able to run the court and blow by defenders. But Chris, he does it on a nightly game-to-game basis.
It's crazy. He tries and kind of glides down the court, but when he hits the ball, he has a burst off the dribble. And you're just like, are you kidding me? His consistency needs to come. But don't sleep on his quickness.
Here is Hill. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Hill kicks to Bradley. Hit by Hill. Baseline J on the way, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Pass to the general. Here's Porzingis, guarded by Bradley. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You so often hear about how much Detroit Pistons fans pride themselves on the defense of this team. It's a part of the franchise's identity. All the fans of Detroit definitely love their defense.
And he knocks down the first one. And only a handful of teams have a franchise identity like that with the Pistons in defense. Maybe the Lakers playing up-tempo or Memphis grinding it out.
Oh, yeah, not many teams or franchises have an identity. That's what makes it so special to play in Detroit for that reason. There's nothing like hearing the crowd get hyped for a defensive stop. What an advantage for a big man to have that smooth stroke of the line.
Drummond sets the screen for Hill. He feeds it to Drummond. The rebound by the general.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop it.
To the middle. Stolen away. And they're on the break. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And now Kid Gilchrist running the floor all by himself.
And Kid Gilchrist looking determined to tackle any space in front of him. A sensational finisher in the fast break.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hill. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. The pass to Morrison. 6 on the shot clock. steps back and fires.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game. Really having a difficult time getting anything to fall.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Here's the general. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now, here is Hill, trailing by 5. Here's Drummond. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Drummond's got 11 points.
Well, he has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
Porzingis passes to the general. Back to Porzingis. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Here's the general, and stolen by Drummond. And now the Pistons, fast break. Here's Morrison. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Defense is what Drummond prides himself in, especially when it comes to letting his quick hands generate offense for his team.
Hernan Gomez passes to the general. Passes it to Porzingis. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's the general. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Throughout his career, Drummond has averaged more than a block per game. He really goes all out on defense.
And it's Hill penetrating. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Knicks with the lead. That's tipped. At the top of the key, Kid Gilchrist. Pass to the general. Trying to find Porzingis. That's it to him. 2 points. That one goes. Porzingis has got his 3rd bucket of the night. The Pistons have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Bradley gets to Morrison. Drummond with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Outside Hill. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Chris, I know you started doing a podcast, Fearless or Insane, with Chris Webber, an opportunity to have some meaningful conversations. What's that been like?
It's been great, Kevin. I've gotten a chance to talk to some friends, some mentors like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've gotten to speak to him about what it was like playing for Wooden, what it was like coming up in the crazy 60s in that time. And, you know, he's such a thoughtful and a great individual. So to hear his stories about he and Muhammad Ali, he and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great figures is just wonderful. I also got to speak to track legends John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who in the 1968 Olympics, we've seen them kind of protest when they put their fist up in defiance and kind of put their voice out for the voiceless. And I got to talk to them about how tough of a moment that was. Did they know the sacrifice that they were making? What happened, the backlash to what happened? And then all these years later, do they feel kind of vindicated that we're showing them so much love and people around the world appreciate what they've done? So we try to just discuss fearless or insane. You know, they say insane is doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, where these guys put their lives on the line.
Yes.
And they kind of knew that it necessarily wouldn't change the arc of justice, but they felt that they had to do it. And so it's just some cool conversations with people and athletes that were much more than an athlete. And I've learned a lot. It's been a cool podcast.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
The general passes to Cannon. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to Kennard. There's a screen. And here's Hill for 3, and he recovers it. Tries again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Sneaky veteran drive. Hill's going to get fouled on both.
The Pistons have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
First free throw is good.
I like like the fit of George Hill on this team. He can play either guard spot. Great versatility.
Detroit making a switch here. And Bogu's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Wells is checked in. The whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And New York, looking at who they've got. Porzingis and Hernangomez are together down low. And there's the general. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Estrada in at the 1 spot. Here's Morrison. He has 5. Here's Drummond. Shot from the wing. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Bradley.
Look, that's playing inside out, simply taking what the defense gives you.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the general in his last time out against the Suns was superb. He had 29 points and also found a lot of open guys with a big assist total. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, it should have taken all the energy out of him. Should have taken something out of him, Greg. I mean, he pushed the envelope in every way that night. He was unreal.
The first free throw is good. And Stan Van Gundy, known for being one of the more demanding coaches when it comes to defense. He doesn't care who you are. If you're not giving it your all on the defensive end, you're going to find yourself on the bench.
Well, he's clear with what he wants and what he expects, and, you know, when you step on the floor.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Pistons trailing. Done with it. 9 points last game out. Drummond dishes to Dunn. The feed to Hill. He kicks it to Drummond. The pass to Morrison. Shoots over Kidd-Gilchrist. And that one hits back iron. New York's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Porzingis passes to the general. To Porzingis. Good D by Drummond. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Bradley can't get it to go. Knicks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Porzingis passes to Estrada. Good on the shot.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive is out.
And the NBA game is evolving, Chris, you know that. And if you were starting back at square one and trying to develop your skills to prepare yourself for a pro career, is there anything you do differently to prepare yourself for how the game is being played now?
That's a great question. You know, I remember playing in Washington and I shot over like 35% from the three-point line. In favor of some big fellas to do that. So I got right back to the post. So the game has changed so much. And so I would really say that I would balance the work that I did in the post with outside of the post. I would just make sure that I would continue to stretch the floor as far as three-pointers, to give guys room to drive. And I would definitely continue to work on my ball every day, which Picker could have screened for me, and then I could have been initiated since the first time I was trying that point forward. But for the most part, no, I would try to put the same effort in, but definitely with different skill sets. You get to play differently now. You know, when we think about it, I don't think Larry Bird got to shoot 2 3-pointers a game. Imagine if he would have got to just let 7 go. You know, I don't know what we would ask him, except would you have to ice your wrist after games a little bit more because you would maybe shoot more. So I think the freedom would have been fun, but I don't think I would have to prepare any differently.
On defense, New York. Dunn kicks to Bradley. From 13.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Bradley with another miss. Kidd-Gilchrist, the pass to the general. Pass it to Porzingis. It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the way. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the general. And stolen by Drummond. Outside Bradley. The dish to Dunn. Picked by Harrell. Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded close. Tries to snap the cold streak. And that shot with that, Nick Lee is cut down now to just 3 in the bucket from Morrison. New York's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. As to Hernan Gomez. New York moving the ball around. The shot's good from the General. The General's got the lead up to 5 now for the Knicks.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Bradley dishes to Drummond. 17-foot shot on the way.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Out to the wing. And there's the pass to the General. Back to Porzingis. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Now it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
Dunn kicks to Harrell. Bradley up top. Now here's Drummond. Hernan Gomez covering. Drummond with another miss. And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against the Heat.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made him pay for a lackluster effort.
Now, here's Dunn. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Harrell gets to Morrison. Dishes to Drummond. Over Hernan Gomez. Drummond with another miss.
That's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
Here's the General. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. Let's now take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Brad.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Pistons trail by 9. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Drummond in the post. Hernan Gomez covering. Drummond the screen. 6 to shoot. Dunn misses. The Knicks leading by 9. Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Drummond. And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
And Kid Gilchrist is very skilled at throwing it down. The D can't allow him to get that close to the cup. Michael kills Gilchrist, a player that isn't known for his offense but makes up for it on D. Fantastic defender who can completely disrupt an assignment in a number of ways. Very quick and can stick to someone like him.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And with Kid Gilchrist, his defense is definitely his most important asset. Really, until his offense comes along, Chris, it's how he'll make his biggest impact on a team.
Well, that's perfectly fine for a player like MKG. Gives you defense and great rebounding on the wing, Kevin. He's active on both ends of the floor, and he brings the energy when he's out.
And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. Second, the Knicks.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
They set the screen. Feeds it to Bradley. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bradley's got 7 points.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Pass to Estrada. Here's the General, guarded by Bradley. Pass to the General. Fires for 3. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Bradley kicks to Harrell. Top of the key, Dunn. Outside Bradley. Drummond to screen. Now Bradley. He picked up 30 points in their last win against Miami.
Wow, he had a rough first quarter, but he didn't let it get him down. He's gotten off to a hot start in this second period.
To the paint. Shots good by Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez has got the lead up to 11 now for the Knicks.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Dunn. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And he can't bank that one in. Now Detroit moving it up. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Enes Kanter comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Kid Gilchrist. We've got 1:55 left here in the second. Bradley passes to Hill. Here's the screen. To the inside. Porzingis with the steal. The pass to the general. Not going to go that time. And it's Detroit the other way. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Kennard, the pass to Bradley. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And here are the Knicks. They're on a 17-7 run. Kanter kicks to Hardaway. Screen by Porzingis. Passes to Estrada. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Up again. Rebound Andre Drummond. Pistons trailed by 11. Bradley passes to Kennard. Back to Bradley. He dishes it to Hill. Drummond sets the screen for Hill. Floats one, and that's 2 points on the layup. Hill's got it back down to single digits for Detroit.
George Hill is a live weapon coming off the pick and roll. He can pull up, pass, and then attack the rack.
The general passes to Kanter. Here's the general. It's stolen by Bradley. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Count the basket. Bradley's got 11 points in the quarter.
He has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
New York calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Laverne, he's checked in for the Pistons. Here's the general, guarded by Bradley. Here's the general, and it's blocked. And so it's the New York Knicks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Fast start with this game. Are you happy with how you've moved the ball around and gotten it to your teammates?
Yeah, I am happy. I'm pleased with how I've been able to get everyone involved. You know, as a leader of this team, it's my job to give back to the other guys every so often, you know, mix it up. So, you know, I've gone out of my way to give them some shots. You know, it's tough, it's hard, because I know in the back of my mind, it's like, look, I can do this, I can do this shot. But, you know, I'm a big fan of charity, so it works out for me.
Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. second half just about to get going here. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Oh, yeah, especially how he established great positioning, showing some nice footwork, and really read how the defense was playing.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Detroit, Andre Drummond is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's George Hill. Then there's Avery Bradley. And it's Morrison in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Harrell after the made shot from the general. Harrell kicks to Hill. Pass to Harrell. The Pistons working the ball around now. 14 feet away. That shot, no good. Nice D from Porzingis.
And they continue to control the glass.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. The general passes to Porzingis, and it's out of bounds. The Nets able to retain possession here.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 6th in free throw percentage, 10th in blocks, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that.
Here's the general following the bucket by the Pistons. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
TO number 5 for him in the game, and that's way too high of a number for any one player.
Pistons trail by 9. Kicks to Bradley. Third quarter of basketball. About a minute and a half in. Back to Harrell. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. We'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you'd probably see more arguments on those illegal screen calls than just about any other play. Maybe the charge call, but guys never think they're removed.
Pass to the general. Now the pass to Porzingis. Over Drummond. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Porzingis has got the lead up to 11 now for New York.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Hill dishes to Bradley. Harrell kicks to Hill. Drummond a screen. Shot off the screen. Hill, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Passes it to the general. Pass to Gomez. And here's Porzingis. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Goes up the baseline. Second chance effort, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
For New York, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Free throw good, Gomez. Chris, sometimes when a player is feeling it, in that rhythm, in that groove, there's nothing you can do to slow him down. Is there a player in the league right now who you feel is the deadliest when things are really falling right for him?
I mean, James Harden. How about this guy? Now that he's getting other guys involved, he's so much harder to guard because you don't know if he's going to pass it, ending up in a successful assist, or if he's just going to knock it down in your face. And his range is just so incredible. You do not want to let that man get hot. Also, of course, we know Curry. You better not let him get hot because he'll do some incredible things. And then his teammate, his boy, his partner, Klay Thompson. I mean, just the way that these guys shoot is just so fun to watch. So, I mean, these guys, when you talk about deadly from anywhere, anytime, you got to guard these guys like they used to say when they get in the parking lot. Not when they get in the arena. You better start guarding them in the parking lot because they can score at any time.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 9. He feeds it to Bradley. Kicked by Harrell. There's a screen. Bradley kicks to Drummond. Shoots from the block. It's rebounded by New York. Gomez has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
The general passes to Porzingis. No bucket, and that miss is number 6. He's made 7. Bradley dishes to Hill. To the inside. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Pass to the general. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
Hill kicks to Harrell. Bradley up top. Outside Hill. Drummond the screen. 4 on the shot clock. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 11 points.
And the floater, very much part of Hill's repertoire. I mean, at his height, that's a useful shot.
Here's the pass to Hernan Gomez. Passes it to Estrada. No good on the triple. Pistons trail by 13. The feed to Bradley. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
Brave in the paint, Bradley gets it done.
Here's the general, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. The Knicks have put up good numbers at the charity stretch, converting 6 of 7. And he makes the first. And something we see now in the modern NBA, Chris, is that players will try and recruit other players in free agency, sometimes almost leading up to free agency. How often do you think that happens now? And how is that, say, different from when you played?
It's a lot different from when I played. I think guys wanted to play together, but we did not recruit or try to play together with each other because of the way that the rules were in collective bargaining and because the way the game was at that time. At that time, even if you had a friend that was your very close friend off the court, you wanted to beat them for bragging rights on the court. Back then, it was more of, can my team beat your team? Not can we play together. I tell you what, with friends that I had in the league at that time, that would have been pretty cool to play with some of my friends that I think were great players. But I just think it's just been a line in the sand. It's just changed. I think a lot of it's changed because we're playing basketball at younger ages. Guys are playing and traveling the country and know each other from ages 10, 11, and 12. So they have honest, genuine friendships and really want to play together. And so I don't really think it's a problem. But it's interesting watching these super teams and how all of this is developing. It definitely didn't happen in my day, and I'm just now, I won't say getting used to it, but I'm just now recognizing that, man, it's okay to play with your friends, I guess.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the score by New York. Now, Drummond is a player who is always bound to put on a show on any given night. See what he can do it with his gaudy numbers and rebounding totals. He can finish with a slam. He's very aggressive in attacking the rim inside. But no matter which way, he is a crowd favorite, to say the least.
Fewer and fewer big men are taking pride, or pride themselves in working down low for points. And Drummond does it. He's a throwback, to the 90s, to the 80s. And one reason why it's easy to cheer for him is because he actually likes to play inside.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
But they better talk about him because he's really attacked them down inside. They haven't been able to stop him.
How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 10 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Now, here's Dunn. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Take a look at the Knicks. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And checking out Detroit, and they're down 4 spots from them.
And checking out Detroit, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the years gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
And I don't think they knew exactly what they were either at the beginning of the season. But as they've gotten more familiar with one another, their chemistry has really developed over time.
And here's Bradley after the three-pointer from Evan Turner. Bradley passes to Ellenson. Drummond with a screen on Turner. And they get it. And done with the slam.
You really like how determined Drummond is. Always willing to sacrifice his body to open up some space for guys.
Porzingis passes to the general. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Now, here's Dunn. He's got 6. Drummond the screen. Dunn dishes to Bradley. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Bradley's got 15.
With his athleticism, nice to see Bradley drive it to the rim.
Here's the general. He's got 17. To Porzingis. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Drummond sets the screen for Dunn. Ellenson kicks to Bradley. Drummond in the post. Wright's there. And it's Wright sending it back. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Burns checked in for Drummond. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Cantor's checked in. Here's Dunn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kennard. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's the general. You talk about a player who can absolutely light it up. He averages over 31 points a game. Back to Turner. This one for 3. No good. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Dunn passes to LeBron. He can't get that one to fall. Great tee that time from the general. Back to Hardaway. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pistons trail by 20. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is no question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Andrews checked in for Detroit. And then for New York, Lyles checked in for Wright. And Wells is subbed in for Turner. Now, here's Dunn. He's got 6. Has to Anabogu. Trying to find Bradley. Gets it to him. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Bradley's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Here's the general. 17 points in the game. Cantor sets the pick for Wells. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kennard. Started by Hardaway. Bradley. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
A little bit of physicality from Bradley. Taking the knock, fighting through it to get the bucket, plus the and one chance.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
Here's the general. He kicks to Wells. No good on the 3. Pistons trail by 15. And the pass to Kennard. A baseline J. Good. He hits the jump shot.
And Dunn is fantastic at moving the ball around, finding teammates with ease.
Cantor inside, defended by Laverne. The shot's good from Cantor.
He just exploited the size mismatch, and he's getting easy looks tonight.
There's 1:38 left in the third quarter of the game. Passes it to Anabogu. Back to Bradley. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bradley's got 12 points in just the second half.
Don't forget, he had a 3 in the first half. He can really hurt you from out there.
Pass to the general. 1:07 left in the third quarter. There's the dish to Wells. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here is Dunn. 6 points for him. They set the pick. Anabogu passes to Dunn. Here's Anabogu. It's up a 3. Great D that time from Hardaway. Now the pass to the general. There's a screen by Cantor. Here's the general. But they get it back. New York needs to get off a shot. Wells passes to the general. With 1 on the clock. Misses the one-handed jam.
And, you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
And so it's New York up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back right after this. And now let's take a listen to Stan Van Gundy on a recent huddle.
Get our defense and rebounding. Let's get the ball down the floor.
Time to get on and run a little bit. Stan Van Gundy telling his guys how they need to do it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you don't get stopped or you don't take care of the backboard, it's almost impossible.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Bradley dishes to Harrell. Back to Bradley. Takes it off the glass. Bradley's got 25 points in the game.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
That's just an attack mindset. I love it. Game on the line. These are competing guys.
It's good. Now just a 2-point New York lead.
And Hill, very comfortable in the open floor. He can go.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Porzingis with a screen on him. Up off the screen. And sticking right with it. Gets the foul with the bucket. And he'll go to the line. And that one misses. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kennard, the pass to Hill. Dishes to Drummond. Feeds it to Bradley. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from the General. So for New York, their last game, a win against Phoenix. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Pistons trail by 6. Hill gets to Hill. It's back to Hill. Hit by Harrell. And George Hill, good for 3. Hill's got 5 points now this quarter.
The D did a good job shutting him down in the first, but he got loose and easily dropped down.
Gomez passes to the General. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Hill with it. Right side Bradley to tie it up. Bradley with another miss.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Count that one. And the Knicks lead by 5.
And the defense's goal has to be keeping MKG away from him. That's when he's dangerous.
Outside Hill. Passes it to the General. Finished off the break. The General's got 12 points in just the second half.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with it.
Bradley gets to Hill. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Hill. It's tipped. Goes back up.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Inside, the General passes to Porzingis. To the middle, it's tipped. It's going by Hill. He dishes it to Drummond. Shot clock at 6. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
With his free throw shooting, the defense is always better off fouling Drummond when he gets inside.
He throws good Drummond. A different look here for Detroit. Morrison's checked in, and it's done in for George Hill. And so he hits both.
You love the heart that Drummond plays with. He's just a physical beast who's using his gigantic size incredibly well.
Outside, Porzingis. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to the General. Pass to Porzingis. Here's the General. It's stolen by Bradley. And now the Pistons, fast break. Bradley's got the ball, and he lays it up and in. Bradley's got 27.
You see that hounding defense by Bradley? I mean, he got them out running that time.
The General passes to Porzingis. Here's the General, guarded by Bradley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the General, and it's sent back by Drummond. Now Detroit moving it up. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And Durham is spectacular, seeking contact and getting even more impressive that he makes these shots as well.
And so here is New York. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. There's Porzingis. That one's off. Still out of sync. Detroit's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Now, here's Dunn. He started close. That one doesn't go. For New York, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Porzingis kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Here's the general. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Here's Morrison, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Michael Kid Gilchrist. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Here's the general, guarded by Bradley. Pocket 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Now done. Kicks to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
When you feed Drummond the rock, you won't be disappointed. Doesn't matter what point of the game it is, he provides for his team.
Over to the left wing. Pass to the general. Pass to Porzingis. Over Drummond. And that's good off the glass that time. 25 points for Porzingis.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Give the assist to the coach that he called it. That's great patience by the offense right there. Took their time, got on the ball right where he wanted.
Nice ball moved by Detroit. Just 5 to shoot. Drummond. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Here's the general. Here's Hernan Gomez. Passes it to the general. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. That's good by Hernan Gomez. And Gomez has got 4 this quarter. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times this far.
Dunn gets to Morrison. 11 feet away. Count.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
You want to save your best for last. The guys on this team are going.
The general passes to Porzingis. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. To the inside. Here's Estrada. Lays it up and pumps it in.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
That's the right call. Make the defense get physical with you and pick up some fouls in the process.
Here's Bradley. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The general, and so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
so making their free throws better give them the lead here.
That's why his teammates trust him so much.
Isaiah Hardaway. He feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Hardaway. A three. Here's Porzingis. It's in!
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man a try.
From in the screen, a three from Bradley. Gets the three to fall.
And that's where he's most comfortable. Bradley crafting this game to excel in the catch and shoot. Now you need every basket you can get,
As well as stops on defense. They have to be on their toes.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Who's up to the stripe. A three ball. Can't knock in the three. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball or just milk those last seconds away.
Good on the first, and that makes it a three-point lead. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
They have a chance to tie it up.
They got to be looking for a three here, guys.
Here's Estrada. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finishes that continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it. David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber. This is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.